Meantime, a South Florida woman who was in Israel when Hamas attacked is sharing her experience with us.
Yeah, she remembers sitting in temple when the rabbi told the congregation that the war was on. CBS News Miami's Morgan Rynor has more.
Sabina Osman grew up in Miami. She works here in Wynwood. She was in Israel for the high holidays for vacation when war broke out, but she did not rush to come back home. Instead, she could not think of a more perfect place to be to help. October 6th will go down as one of Sabina Osman's best nights.
It was Simchat Torah, which is it's called the joy of the Torah, and it's a holiday where the Jews really sing songs of peace.
She woke up the next morning to sirens.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if a cafe, God forbid, had been bombed or what happened, but I ended up just walking. The streets were super quiet in Tel Aviv, and I walked to the synagogue.
It was also Shabbat, the day of rest, so she didn't have her phone on her to see what was going on. The rabbi told the room Israel had been attacked and the country was at war.
There was one person with a phone, and he would get messages basically and go into the crowd of the synagogue and say, "You've been called, you've been called, you've been called." So those kids would stand up and leave, and they'd have to go get their army fatigues.
By October 8th, she said thousands gathered at a fountain in the heart of Tel Aviv.
And there was a little hub of people who had their laptops and cell phones, and then they would say on the microphone, "We need towels." And people would go and they would go to the stores and get towels, 200 towels, and bring them, and we would pack them in boxes. And then all these people would pull up with cars and say, "I have an empty car, give me an address, I'll go anywhere."
She said volunteers in Israel and back here in Miami mobilized like never before.
No one is more than one person removed from the situation. So my cousin was meant to be at the festival, but her boyfriend said, "No, don't go," for whatever reason. The people I work with here, they all know someone who was at the festival or in a kibbutz.
Despite the terror, she said her mission now is to lift spirits and morale. Morgan Rynor, CBS News, Miami.